It's Mrs. B.
And Auntie.
It's coffee time. Hi. Let's have some coffee.
Okay. I had one droplet. That's okay.
It's actually morning.
It is.
It's not real early, but she came over.
I came over.
It's kind of
And
early.
it's
You've
just
been here an hour.
Yeah.
We've been busy. Got a hair in my eyes. Not this hair. I really have hair. I do. It's driving me crazy.
Let me see. I don't know.
Like going cross-eyed here.
There. I got it.
I love you.
I've missed you. It's been what, a minute since we've been together.
A couple of weeks at least.
Yeah.
At least.
I was having a Brenda meltdown.
Turn this down just a little bit
Yeah.
so I can see us.
We had to get our hats from a previous thing.
Yes. How did that hair came from my eyes into my mouth? I had to get it out of my mouth.
Probably because I threw your hair around.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to straighten out mine.
It's hard to do.
Dragonfly.
It's hard to do looking in that.
Oh, look, he's falling off. Uh-oh. He's letting go. Oh, well, go ahead. Talk. I'll just
guys,
take this puppy off.
I do not like to edit out the silly stuff. If I did, we wouldn't have videos. How can you? Oh, you got your glasses on. I was thinking, how can you see?
Yeah, I got glasses on.
You wear your glasses all the time.
Yeah, because I can't see without them. I can't see to read or, well, I can see afar off kind of, but.
Well, that's me. I'm farsighted.
Okay, now this is a dragonfly. I have
You
ears.
showed them what before you.
Oh.
Isn't that
There you
pretty?
go. Somebody handmade that, and they also, I have dragonfly earrings, but when I put them on, I just feel like over dragonflied. So I just have
Now I have
pearls
to straighten
on.
mine out, and I always go the wrong way. Mine's just hearts and matching heart earrings.
And yours is like from
It's from
your place that you get your pretty jewelry.
what's my daughter-in-law sells. I can't think of the name. I will. It will come to me,
Mhm.
and I will let you know.
Yes.
This set is $5. That was $5 for this
For
set.
both earrings and the necklace.
Yes, and
Wow.
and it's really a nice weight. It's not real cheapy
Yeah, it is.
for the price. You'd think that it'd be real cheapy. Remember that stuff I got from? I forgot the name of
from
that
the
company.
mail order place that they send you stuff.
And it was cheap made, but it was like $25 to $40, $50.
Yeah,
and this set was $5. And I lose stuff all the time. I break stuff all the time. Well, if I lose this or break it, and all I paid was $5, no big deal.
You won't cry.
No. So that's not what we're here for.
We're together again, and we're looking forward to listening to some music and getting together and just being silly.
Now this is just our copy, so we can talk about anything.
Look what she made for me.
She's finally here to get her bottle.
I'm so happy. This is like a scuba diver outfit on the glass bottle. Oh.
Yeah, we're trying to be healthy
Mhm.
and eat
water.
well, and we drink a lot of water. And these are
Mhm.
32 or 34 ounce bottles, but they're I love the shape.
I
love the
do too,
shape.
because
They're
you can
so-
get your hand around it.
They're so handy to hold. I know that
Yeah,
sounds
if
weird,
it's really big all the way, then you have to have something else to hold on to.
and we're big about cute stuff. And I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
these were cute. They're big, but they're cute. And I thought, oh, it's
They're like
glass. It's glass, and I'll drop it, I'll break it. So I had to have some kind of a koozie for it,
Mhm.
and I knew I couldn't At least I didn't think I'd ever find one
See,
that
this
fit.
one looks like it has black liquid in it.
I
'Cause
know.
it's reflecting the lining.
The lining is black.
Yeah. And I thought, why is the water black?
That's what Clifford said. What do you got in there? But anyway, I wanted something that really fit
And
well.
she made these.
So I ordered neoprene that you make wetsuits for scuba divers out of. And
Did you buy enough for us a wetsuit each?
if we ever get little no, they're not even enough.
Oh,
for
okay.
that. If you want one,
No,
you can have one, but yeah. We are not going to get wetsuits. Sorry.
We could wear them when we do kayaks.
True, but no, thank you.
No.
So anyway, I made them where they actually fit. That's why I use neoprene, because I knew it would conform to the shape of the bottle, and it's so.
And then like you had that glass mat that you didn't want to break.
Oh, and if I drop this glass, I think that would do. Even though it has a lifetime warranty, it says nothing's going to break it, and I have dropped a few things on it. And I'm a big woman, and I sit on it and roll all the time. Most people, when they first see it, they don't want to step on it.
I'm real scared of it. We worked together for about a year, maybe.
Yeah, before you got too sick. You were always sick, but it was before you got too sick. But anyway, I love the way it fits, and we want to decorate them so we don't
mix
them confused whose is whose. But it's heavy. It's pretty heavy when it has water in it.
It is.
Like right now.
It might be like, it's a little bit.
Yeah, and it's kind of big it's not real convenient unless you have a big cup holder in your car. Because, I mean, it'll kind of fit just barely, but not go down in the cup holder. Okay. So that's not very convenient. So I don't know how convenient they are for taking with you somewhere, but it's really good. I've been getting my water drinks better for some reason, because I like it. Maybe, I don't know.
I did real good yesterday, and I did the eating plan perfect, and I went up a pound.
I think it takes at least 2 days from what you ate. If you ever go off, anyway, with me, if I go off, I don't see it the next day, but like 2 to 3 days later is when it shows up.
Well, see, I had been stalled for 4 days, and then I finally went down a pound. And I was so happy, and I thought, oh, good. And I got on the scale, and I was back up that pound. I was like kind of mad. But, I think that it's just how it is when you're doing an eating plan and trying to lose. I've been documenting everything, and it's like 4 days, and then I might lose some, and then I might go up, and then I'll lose some, and then it's like a bounce recovery.
I kind of do that.
It's hard to not be mad.
That's why you're not supposed to weigh every day. Oh, but I'm bad that I'll weigh more than once a day sometimes, and I know that in the morning, when I first wake up, I weigh one thing. If I wait till about 10 o'clock, I weigh a lot less.
Yeah.
And then in the evening, I weigh about 5 pounds more than I did at the lightest weight that day.
Yeah. Don't weigh at night.
I want you to know that, and most of you probably do that watch this, but I'm doing I think it's called Carnivore Challenge. Mrs. B days such and such of my 30-day challenge, something like that.
She's Carnivore Challenge. She's way past.
Yeah, I can't change that title.
Oh, you can't?
If I could, I don't know how. I tried, but I couldn't find a place where it said that I could. But anyway, on this is day 53 for me. And so if you'll go look at that video when I post it, I'm going to interview Auntie, and she didn't know this, but I'm going to do an interview of her about her experience with the carnivore. So y'all be sure and look because I'm going to ask her some pretty pointed questions that she just doesn't necessarily answer in her own videos. No,
Okay.
she gave us a lot of information in her video. I just want to.
And is long.
Ours will probably be long too. Look, we've already spent 10 minutes on this one, so
Okay.
but I'm going to ask her some questions, and she can ask me some questions, and I thought that would be a good thing to do
Yes.
since she's been on it a while too. So go
Mhm.
check that out. Um, you went out to eat with some friends recently.
Yes.
You had a good time with them.
Yes. And it's funny. You know, I asked for a hamburger, a double, no bread, no French fries, no sauce. And in the picture, it looked like a nice size hamburger. The they were,
About the size of the bottom of that cup.
yeah, chew about little.
Maybe the size of the
Yeah, like the
si-
earphone thing.
earphone.
And I was like, oh man, but I did okay. I just ate that and I actually got full. I was like, wow, that's weird.
Yep. The same night, my husband and I went out to eat because it was his
Mhm.
birthday, and mine were huge. They were advertised as half a pound burgers, and I got two of them
Mm-hmm.
with cheese. And oh my
Yeah, I had
gosh,
cheese too.
it was so much. And I
Mhm.
felt bad for you. We didn't know it till the next day,
No.
but anyway. So that's one thing that's happened recently.
And going out to eat with people, they look at you like you're crazy when you eat anything different.
That's
Unless
true.
it's a salad. If I had gotten a salad, they would have been fine.
That's true. You know what? I told her that I've been watching this show on TV and that we need to start dressing like this lady. It's really crazy. You love color. I
Uh-huh.
love color. I do. I really
Hmm.
do. It's very vibrant, mismatched, different styles. I mean,
Oh,
really out there.
out there.
But I thought we should come up with our own styles.
Hmm.
And you know what? Auntie likes to do a lot. Wear hats.
Oh.
So we may just have to do something with hats and maybe do on the move, on the go videos outside and uptown or in parks.
Oh yeah.
The biggest problem with that is you have to be on our phone, and there are reasons that you don't use your phone. Let's go out just a second. This is the reason you don't want to use your phone all the time or your computer. However, this is just a just a prelude to what's coming. So be sure and check out any videos of us that you see this.
It's a
We
good.
don't know what it's
It,
named
it's a
yet.
very good video.
Your hat's falling.
I know. It's not going to
Anyway,
help me much.
just wanted to kind of give you a heads up, and that may even appear out in the parks and
Wildlife.
out by the lake
Oh yeah.
if we can get service.
Well, all we have to do is put our hats on.
That's true.
That, would that work as an
I
antenna?
don't
You know
No,
that
that's not the right kind of. That antenna only works with certain rays. I guess it's rays.
we can block them with ours, but we can't access them with ours, right?
Yeah, I just know some places I don't get service, and that's the only way we know that we. Hey, I don't think you have to have service to use to record on your phone.
Video?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
I
know.
don't think you have to have service for that.
Okay.
It's receiving or sending something,
Mm-hmm.
but just using your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I know for quit talking to me. Um, I'm so distracted. I think that might work. I don't know. We will figure it out. If not, we'll have to use your camera that we don't know how to use.
Oh, my good camera.
Your real camera. She has a good camera.
I have a good
And
camera.
we just don't know how to use
Terry
it.
bought me, and I'm scared of it.
This woman will tear her house apart and rebuild it on her own. And then she's scared of that. Now, see, I'm scared to even paint my walls, but in electronic stuff, my gosh, I'll just tear right into it. I don't necessarily do it right. But
see, now your mom back in the day, she used to, in those first telephones, you know, even just cordless phones, if it quit working, she would take that puppy apart and she'd have her little Q-tips and clean up stuff. And she always fixed all her electronics herself.
I've kind of done that through yes. I'm not afraid to tear into anything. I figure if it's broke,
you can't break it further.
I'm not gonna break it any worse. Now I might make it where somebody else can't fix it. Now I've torn my.
See, that's the reason she's a tech person in this duo.
I've torn my the back of my refrigerator apart before.
Oh.
I've torn into my washing machine. I've torn into my dryer. I've torn into old computers and phones. Not much on the phones. There's others that back when we had VHS, I would tear those apart, stuff like that. So yeah.
And you actually fixed them?
Yes.
You didn't just tear them apart.
No, I actually would fix them.
If I tore them apart, they would be just tore apart.
Now, the funny thing, I think, if I do it, I don't ever have leftover parts.
Mm-hmm.
If my husband does it, he always has leftover parts. How do you do that? But see, especially in this day and age, I take pictures of everything before.
That's so smart.
And as I go, well, I do it with my sewing too. I'll take a picture of what something looks like before I tear it apart, so that when I redo it, I put the seams in exactly the same spot. Which the seams isn't so much, but I make it look the same.
That's very smart.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Now, how'd we get on that?
I don't know, but it's important stuff.
Yes.
Since the last time that we had a coffee, Terry and I went to see the Ark Encounter.
Mm-hmm.
And that was interesting. That was, I think we talked about that. You and I went to Lubbock.
I was going to say, if you remember, she and I went to Lubbock to see Home Free. And she was
better.
But you hadn't started doing anything other than she had been losing weight.
Yeah.
And she has had times when she would be better, and she could come a little bit. Sorry about this. I'm going to pause this. It's an important call. Sorry, I had to answer a phone call. We were talking about the Ark Encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before, I think this is exactly how I said it. We thought we were recording, and when I paused it, but we didn't. So now we're doing this over. So take two. Yeah. We went to Home Free, and you were the only thing that you had been doing was cutting your meals in half, and I had started the carnivore fasting way of diet,
like 14 or so days or 18.
I don't remember, but what I was getting at is she was feeling well enough for a few days, and then she'd be down. If she went somewhere, she would be down afterwards. If she did anything, she would have a good day. She'd make it through that day good, and then she would crash for the next few days or a week. Well, this time you didn't crash.
Yeah, I had barely started carnivore. I think I had like a day or two before we left, and Terry was so impressed with me. But going to the Ark, that's 1,000 miles one way.
Yeah, the other going to see, home free, it was 700, you said, round trip.
Yeah,
So he decided if she could make 700,
I could go 2,000 round trip.
he even wanted to add going to Canada.
Yeah, he wanted to go. I'm like, I can't go to Canada. It's too far. Well, actually, the Great Lakes does kind of dip down close to Kentucky up there, but I start crying. I said, I just can't do it. I was still overwhelmed. I didn't know what could happen, how things would work. Anyway, I I was real good on the carnivore on there, and I started feeling pretty good. And um, we did the Ark encounter, and he rented a scooter for me. They have like 100 probably scooters to rent out. And he says, I'm going to rent you one of these. I don't care if you say you feel good. I'm not carrying you around the Ark.
Yeah, but it probably prevented you
From
from just,
crashing. Yeah.
yeah, because that's a long ride,
Nope. Yeah.
and neither one of us can ride that long. We have to
Yeah.
get out and walk around, which I'm sure you did, because they didn't. You didn't go straight there. You did do one night at a motel on the way to there.
We went all the way to the.
You went to St. Louis, didn't you?
No, we went through St. Louis. We went all the way through St. Louis and then up into Kentucky to the town that had the Creation Museum. And we stayed all night there. And that next day, we went to the Creation Museum. And then we drove 30 miles to the town the Ark Encounter was on, and we stayed the night there.
Well, of
But it
course,
was like 1,000 miles that first day.
of course, Terry,
He's a truck driver.
truck driver. So, just my husband used to be a truck driver, and they don't stop.
Oh.
I mean, you're lucky. You're like, especially on what's supposed to be a vacation.
Oh, yeah.
It would be, I want to stop there. But
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go, oh, I guess it's all right.
And it's just like when my dad wasn't a truck driver, but he's the same way.
Mine
He
too.
drove straight there, don't do nothing on the way. And if we would stop, we stopped to get breakfast. We went to Florida this one year, and from here, and it's a long ways, but we stopped for breakfast one morning.
Mhm.
And my mom and I weren't big breakfast eaters, and we both got like a piece of toast. Everybody actually ate a meal. Nobody else was hungry till the evening. They didn't want to stop for lunch. We learned our lesson.
Yeah.
You better eat when you can.
You went carnivore before carnivore was cool. Now, see, my folks would stop for breakfast because it's the cheapest meal.
Yes.
And they'd always pack a lunch. But they didn't use a cooler, so you'd have cheese in there that was like half melted.
Oh, I remember those
I
days.
did not like that. But, you
And
you had to eat it.
We had bologna and cheese, and it was
Warm.
warm bologna and cheese.
Yum.
It's not like a fried bologna. It's a
Warm.
yuck.
Sweaty. And then kind of lukewarm cheese that
Oh.
just kind of slides off of everything.
Oh,
well,
my
never
goodness.
mind.
We really went
I'll
on a
just go on.
tangent
Yes.
there.
Anyway.
You
We
did
got-
well.
I did well.
She did well on her
It
trip.
was fun. And we got home, and when we got home, I did sleep for about a day after.
Yeah, but that's a long trip.
That's
That's a long trip. But they had a wonderful time,
Mhm.
and
every hotel. The first hotel was really nice. And then he got to thinking, okay, we can go cheaper. So the next hotel was not quite so nice. The next one, the third one, wasn't real sure that the sheets were clean, but I got in there anyway. I was so tired. It was a tiny little room, little tiny bed, and I was like, I don't care. I mean, I probably won't get bed bugs. I'll just go to sleep. It was bad. I didn't use the shower in there because I just was not
I
comfortable.
paid too much for. Well, I don't get real fancy hotels,
No.
but compared to him,
Yeah.
my husband would do that too. But I put my foot down. I want a decent.
Now the one place
want a
where we
decent
went in
hotel.
Lubbock.
That's our standard. Like
Yeah.
that. Well, no, that's not our standard.
this
Now
was
that I
like
think about it.
this was like the second one we went to. I mean, it was kind of a little bit downgraded from. I mean, it had been a nice hotel, but it seriously needed redecorating and refurbishing of stuff.
Well, come to think of it, we have stayed in some pretty low ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Oh,
But I normally put my foot down, tell my husband I'm not doing that. In fact, it's got to where I'm the one that makes the reservations. So,
when I used to sell crafts, we went to the Watanga. Is that Oklahoma? Yeah, Watanga,
yeah.
Oklahoma. And the only hotel, it was a big crafts show. So only hotel I could get to was this little strip motel, and it had a gap under the door about 3 inches,
Yeah.
you know. And the boys and I stayed in this room, and it, it was winter. It was cold, you know. And I think my mom was there with me too.
Now,
It
when
was like,
when my kids were little, we definitely did go more down. We didn't go
no,
much in a motel for sure,
no.
but it was very, very, very downgraded.
Yeah, Terry said he stayed at one in South Texas when he had to go for work, and he said it lacked about 6 inches reaching the door seal, you know.
No.
And he said that was like adventurous, things would come in there with him.
I've never stayed in one where the door was like that, but my husband
You
has, and
haven't lived.
he's told me those stories. He had one. Him and his brother, him and his brother went to a drag race, and
Uh-huh.
they took a little cooker with them.
Uh-huh.
They took it in the room.
Oh yeah.
They were cooking in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and smoke was pouring out that hole underneath the door. And of course, the owners come and told them, "Nope, you can't cook in your room. It's a fire hazard." So
No.
I thought that maybe that smoke kept the critters away.
It might have.
Might
No, I
have.
thought
Might have.
you don't want to catch on fire.
Yeah.
You know, adventure comes in many ways. You can pay a lot of money for adventure, or you can just live with Terry or Clifford.
I think the 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 things that leave the biggest impression on you sometimes are the small
Yeah.
things. I mean, my sister and I, before she passed away, we have so many memories, but most of those, well, I have so many. But
well,
before she passed away, we did a lot of things, and we
well,
have
you
lots
guys
of
were
things
with
that
Mary Kay, and you got
yeah,
on the wrong bus.
yeah, we laughed so much. We got there's so many stories. I mean, there's a story when my dad had a heart transplant, and we flew to Houston for his heart transplant, and it was the flight down and the cab drivers, and it's just all that stuff so funny.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tell those stories sometime, or I'll tell those stories
Yes.
sometime. And I was going to ask you,
Oh.
I think before when I noticed a while ago that our video had quit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We don't know what we said
Mm-hmm.
between there, so we're
We've already said it, so we're done.
Well, you were gonna tell a story about your dad and his losing his teeth. Wasn't that the one we were going to share?
Yeah, I think so. Well, my dad was he was a very level, sweet, calm guy.
gentle giant of a
Yes,
man. I mean,
very
oh my
strong.
gosh.
But he didn't flaunt his muscles, but he was very strong.
Very quiet.
Very quiet.
Very, very quiet.
Even tempered. My mom was a little bit more like me, a little more rambunctious and stuff, and a little bit, cantankerous.
Yes, that's where we get it.
Yeah.
It has to be her.
Well,
it wasn't him.
No, it wasn't
Couldn't
him
have been
because he
him.
was bashful.
Oh, if he spoke a word to you, you felt
You
so
listened.
honored
Yes.
as his granddaughter.
Or even as his daughter
is.
is like that. Well, his before I was born, so I think he was around 40 and he lost all his teeth. Yeah, he had like that dental disease called pyorrhea, and so all of his teeth fell out. So he was so excited when he got his false teeth. And they went and bought a big watermelon for the whole family and went to the park and sliced it up, and he got the piece of watermelon and he bit into it. He got really disgusted because I guess when you don't have, like your gums making contact with the food, you don't get a lot of the flavor. So it tasted weird. And so he threw the piece of watermelon across the park, and he threw his teeth out across the park. And then he got to thinking, wait a minute, those cost a lot of money. So he had to go searching for his teeth. I never saw him lose his temper.
I
If
never
he
did. I
got
never
mad,
did.
he would just say, "Oh, rats," and that'd be the end of it. That'd be it.
He was just such a gentleman.
Now, I
But
did
this
not
was
work
really
with
funny
him,
that he
so
did
yeah.
that.
But for him to search for his teeth, I bet all the kids had to help him. Your mom and dad, and everybody.
Probably so.
That was before I came on. I think he was 45 when I was born because mom was 42, and he might have been 46. So he's like 4 or 5 years older than my mom.
Yeah.
But that's so funny to think of having an even temper like that, because I don't have an even temper like that. I try, but you just hit that one little spot, and I'm like, you could ask Terry about that.
I think I think I am a little more slow
Yeah, you
to
are.
anger, and takes a lot
Yeah,
for me to explode
yeah.
outwardly. I
Hmm.
may inwardly, but I don't
Express.
express it. I mean, it takes quite a bit.
Hmm.
And now
Yeah.
my husband would disagree with that.
Well, husbands can get under that one nerve
And that may
pretty
be where
quick.
yours is.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Because you
I
don't
just
do
with
that with
him.
other people. And I mean, my husband witnessed me. Oh my gosh.
What did you do?
I don't know if I've ever told this. I
Oh,
probably have. I'm afraid I have, but I don't
all
remember.
right. It's confession time.
Well, I went up and got a new phone. And when I did, there was a special going on that if you got one, you could get the other one for free. And I thought, well, let's get my husband one too. And the person said, "Yeah, this is the deal, and sign here." And I said, "But he's not here right now. He's out of town. He'll be here tomorrow. Can he come in tomorrow?" And he says, "Yes. Let's go ahead and do the, sign the stuff, and then you can come in tomorrow, and he can pick out the one he wants, and uh, and all that." Okay, that's the deal. Well, we go back the next day, and
Was it
the
different now?
guy wasn't there.
Oh,
No, he was.
oh.
I think he was. But somebody else came to help me. And my husband was with me. And I started telling them, and they said, no, it had to been done yesterday or you couldn't do it. I'm like,
Oh.
that's not what I was told. And
Hmm.
he said, well, ma'am, that's just the way it is, and blah, 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 and I'm like, no. The person I talked, there he is. That's the person I talked to. And he said, and I started getting a little loud, and I said, he said this, and you say you're going to do something, you have to do what you say. You don't lie to me. My husband was standing beside me,
And he's
and
probably
he
starting
started
to like
going
us.
a little bit farther. There was a wall right here, a corner and a wall that went on around the corner, and he disappeared around that corner because I was getting louder and louder, and there was other people in there, and I was actually throwing a
You
fit.
weren't going to let it go.
I didn't say any bad words. I didn't
No,
say anything mean.
no, that doesn't
I
sound
just
like you.
said, you tell someone something, you have to stick to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, what all I
Well,
said
how
after
did it
that.
turn out?
I got my way.
Oh, good.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil, right?
Yeah. You know who you sound like there?
No.
Can you think of a cousin that would do that?
Deborah?
Well, Deborah, but it's someone quiet like you.
Tina?
Yes. Tina would do that.
Really? Yeah, I guess
Yeah, she
maybe.
would.
And you would be surprised that it came from her.
Yes. It's surprising it came from you.
Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad, but I didn't want to act a fool
Hmm.
in front of people, but I wanted my point to get across.
Of
And
course.
my husband here, I've never seen that before.
He's like, remind me not to ever get on that nerve.
But like I said, that may not sound like a lot to you, but it was a lot to me that
Yes.
day. And
Well, a whole phone, my goodness. And it kind of sealed the deal for you buying that
yeah,
particular
that was the
phone.
whole purpose. And anyway,
Yeah.
I threw a fit and I got my way because you know what? They didn't like me throwing my fit in front of the other
Oh,
people,
that's true.
saying that they weren't keeping their word.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
Yes.
You know, if I was just throwing a fit and I was in the
Empty
wrong,
store. Yeah.
yeah, but if I was in the wrong, they wouldn't have gave in.
No. Mm-mm.
So anyway,
No.
I may have looked a fool. I don't know, but
She wouldn't
we
have.
got the phone and everything's
You
been
were
fine ever
probably
since.
firm
And loud.
and loud, but you were not cursing
Oh no, I would
and
not.
throwing things
No,
or
I
anything
didn't
like
call
that.
anybody bad names or anything. I just says you don't
It would be
lie to me.
tempting. It'd be tempting, but that's not in your MO.
But anyway, yeah. And there was one time that I did a Tawanda, but you know, you know what Tawanda is? You don't, did you ever watch Fried Green Tomatoes?
Yeah, I don't remember the Tawanda part.
Kathy Bates.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the movie. Kathy Bates was going to go park, and they and she went to park, and she's waiting for this car to come out, you know, to come out of the parking spot, and she's going to get that parking spot. You know, she has a nice big car, and this little sports car comes in and zooms
Oh,
in,
yeah.
and so she just pushed him. I think she pushed him out of the way or something. Anyway, she goes to Wanda, and she just runs over there. And she says, "I have more." Let me see. Something about you have the good looks, but I've got more insurance. And she runs.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I always think of that, and I did it to Wanda. I was pulling out of a parking spot, and there's this little um, girl in this sports car, and every time I'd inch out a little, I mean, I'm not even out of the parking spot, and I'm just going slow because I don't want to run over anybody, right? And I'm going slow, and she's keeps going. Her car keeps going forward a little bit, you know, and I'm like, then I just put back in drive and parked again. And then I waited a minute and then I started again. She starts it again. So I got pulled forward again, park again.
Did she just drive off
Yeah,
eventually?
she finally got mad and just took off. So then I left.
She might have went around the block and then came back.
I don't care, but that was so funny. And the embarrassing part of that was my daughter and my two granddaughters were in the car with me, and I was acting like a fool. And I was. I don't know why I did that. Why it
Well,
bothered
she
me.
wasn't giving you room to get out.
True. She's just so impatient. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I was so angry.
I like it. That's a good story.
Well, and then there's one more. So there's three.
Uh-huh.
We had a niece, or it wasn't really our niece, it's our daughter's niece, or my stepdaughter's niece, went missing.
Hmm.
And we were really, you know, everybody was just sick because she went missing. And at this time, she had been missing several months.
Oh.
And she's, you may have heard of her, um, Haley Dunn
Hmm.
in what was Colorado City, I think, Texas. Anyway, she went missing, and at this time, no one knew what had happened to her. Well, I saw these I was coming home, and I had my granddaughter with me, one of my granddaughters with me. And I was coming home, and there was this car pulled over, and there was this girl walking, and this car has, two or three boys in it, and they're giving her a hard time. And they keep wanting her to get in the car, and she's saying, no, no, And so I just, stop, and I talk to, they're on one side of the street, and I'm going the other direction. And I stopped, and I asked her, I said, are you okay? And she said, yeah, I'm okay. I said, do you need a ride somewhere? Do you want to get away from this? Y'all need to leave her alone. She's telling you no. And the boy started cussing me, and got finally he got out of the car and
Wow.
acted like he was going to come after me and called me something, yo bag, mind your business, your own business. And I actually said a cuss word to him and drove off. I was so mad, but I was kind of scared because he was coming at me.
Oh, wow.
But I'm worried about the girl, but she told me several times that she was fine. And of course, what do you do then?
Yeah.
But I was so scared because that niece had been missing. Of course, we, since found she passed away. Someone murdered her.
Oh,
The
no.
trial is coming. The trial, her mom's boyfriend, his trial, Sean Atkins, his trial, I think, is in April or June. I can't remember. But anyway, and I, so I kind of lost it and called him I didn't call him anything. I just said something bad that I should not have said, and drove off. So that was, I don't know, it was in defense of somebody, yet scared for
And then
myself
you had
and my
the
granddaughter.
context that the time you were living.
Oh, yes.
Going through at that time.
Yes, and I still feel that way. If I saw it today, I'd do the same thing.
For sure.
I don't care I don't know if I'd say the bad word, but I would still stop and try to help the girl. So,
Yes.
yeah, that's 3 times I've lost it. And that's not very many for being 66 years old.
No, that's not bad. I probably lost it more than
that.
in a day.
In one day. Now, I'm talking to the public. I'm not talking about at home with your family.
Okay.
Yeah. You've never done anything to me.
No.
Except on these videos.
Oh. But you've never been honored to me except on these videos.
There's a song when we were kids. There's this little lake outside of the town we lived in, or mostly you lived in. I moved away, and it wasn't that far, but we still came back. And we would go out in the lake and take an inner tube, a blown up inner tube, and inner tube, and sit on it and play and swim and get back on it. We would sit on it and we'd make it rock, and we would always sing a song.
What was that song?
I was going to say it, but now I don't remember.
We had joy, we had fun. Seasons and stuff. No, not that one.
We had so much fun together.
Yeah, we had
so much fun together.
Julie,
that's it. Yep, that's it, Julie. So we were so funny, and then did we do that at the lake too? Well, I'm sure we did. It's because it's a swimming pool. We'd always we had long hair, and we put our head under and we'd do some wacky little thing with our hair when we came out of the water.
It looked like we were like 80-year-old women. We'd have it like a roll around our head. I bet people thought those girls are nuts.
We did, though. That song fits us.
It does.
We had so
much fun together.
We still do. We still do. In fact, probably more than we should. Not really.
Yeah. Well, if you get a chuckle out of it, it's worth it, though.
A chuckle. You get a chuckle.
You chuckle.
A chuckle. You
Or
get a
giggle.
chuckle.
Or whatever.
Or whatever. Well, is there anything else?
Let's see. What were we going to have them Oh, that was a different thing.
Yeah,
We'd like a picture of you.
we haven't named it yet, so I can't even say what it
No,
is.
we can't.
Something about conspiracy,
Yes.
probably.
Yes.
And if you see a video that is from Mrs. B and Auntie, and it's something about conspiracy or tinfoil hat or something like that, be sure and check it out.
Check it out and show us your own.
Yeah.
conspiracy
Yeah.
theory.
Well, we already showed them, I think. We already showed you our hats. Which way do I put it on? This way. So we made our hats and did this video. So we want anyone that would be willing to make their own and show us. Send us a
Your
picture.
creation. Yes.
So
All mine's clear.
I guess that's about all we have to talk about right now.
That's
Can't
all.
believe that. Can't believe that's all.
I think we talked a lot and then it didn't take, and then we were all
That's
talked
true.
out.
That's true. Okay. Well, we have some more videos to record, so be sure and check out our reaction videos.
We thank you for watching.
Come back. I gotta get this thing to work.
Okay.
Come back and see us. Like and subscribe and comment.
Leave a comment.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.